this won't be a video that's going to suit everybody. It's a little bit about owning a campervan with a disability. Now, we've got friends of ours who know we can't have a campervan or a caravan because one of the kids are disabled, or one of those persons are disabled. And it's a bad thing, and your disability shouldn't, if you can help it, shouldn't hold you back. I have a pretty severe disability. I've got a disease that attacks the pelvis, which makes it very, very painful. But you learn to live with it. You just have to work with the hand that you're dealt with. Now, what we did is, obviously I bought the wrong sort of campervan. You can see how high it is. So in my case, getting in and out used to be just about impossible. I had a little handle here and I grabbed it one day and it snapped and I fell down, so I put this big thick one in. Now, what you got to remember is, if you've got someone who's disabled, or you're disabled yourself, you set the van up, or the vehicle up, van, caravan, van, whatever, up for yourself or for the person with the worst disability. This one in my case is set up for me. Debbie's also got health issues, and it's sort of set up for both of us. But I'll just give you an example now. You can see how high that step is. For a normal able person body, that'd be simple, but that to me is a task. So what I'll do is grab that, hoist up on that, right, and then sort it straight in. The other thing you want to do if you're the driver of the vehicle and people don't play with your seat is get a seat that suits you. This one's a full racing seat. It has a big bolsters at the sides and one's here and holds everything together. Again, it's got to be set up for whatever that disabled person is going to be doing. In my case, I drive it, so this is set up. That's set up. So getting in and out, we didn't realise when I bought it how much of a step it was. And just, as I said, they had a little handle here. It was the little plastic thing I grabbed it, snapped and I fell off. So, I'm in excess of 120 kilos, so it's probably actually a bit too much for that little handle. Other things is I've got the reverse camera, which I leave on for a rear view mirror. Saves me having to try and look out the window or open the door and look out. I'm sure, I know there's other people have them as well. And that's about it for the front. Now let me go to the back and I'll show you in the back. Right, again, as I said, this van was definitely the wrong choice for us when I bought it. It was too high, as you can see. You have a look at a T3500 Mazda on your surge bodies and everything. These sit around about there when they're standing. This one's been lifted 8 inches. The harsh Australian outback, you get onto a track that you've got to go down to and sleep on. Sometimes that's what you've got to do to boondock. Then you've got all the clearance in the world in this thing. On the normal ones, you'll take exhaust and everything out. Okay, if you just come inside now, I'll show you the first thing, which is right here. We replaced this bar, also had a little plastic bar on it. And for an able-bodied person, you put your foot straight up there, but in my case, it's very hard. So we installed the step, which obviously folds up when you're finished. But then see, that makes life so much easier, straight up. Ooh. Now, the bed. You might notice how low our bed sits. Right, the simple fact that's set up for me. Debbie can handle her phone a bit better, and hers is in a different spot than what mine is. She's in an equal amount of pain, but she can sort of move where I can't move, sort of thing. So the bed was set lower, so you don't have to step down and across and everything. And as I said, this video is not going to interest everybody, but for people with disabilities, I mean, don't let it hold you back. Our modifications cost very, very little. I think we paid $30 for that step, and I paid, I don't know, another $5 or $6 for the hardware to bolt it up. Just drilled some holes in the floor, put it through, and that was it. The same with the handle on the front. And don't let it hold you back. I mean, don't sit at home. I mean, even if you're getting on a bit and you're in a bit of pain, there's things you can do to make everything comfortable. Luckily our fridge is pretty high, so you don't have to bend too much for that. The microwave sits high, so you don't have to bend for that. And anything I need in the cupboards are all in the top cupboards, so I don't have to bend for those either. But as I said, Don't let your disability or age set you back. You get yourself a camper van and get out. You deserve to. Everybody deserves a chance to go out and be able to camp, enjoy themselves. And it's a little bit heartbreaking when people do say that it holds them back. It holds me back to being able to travel, but it doesn't hold me back from going an urban docking or just out of Mandarin doing it. And I mean, it's an absolute delight. And yeah, so no, don't let it hold you back. If you need any advice and you've got anyone, I mean, I'm no expert. Well, I am an expert on the pain because I know what stopped the pain. So if you want any advice on what to step up for where or how to do what, feel free. I'll let you know. I have no qualms in sharing how to set a van up for someone with a disability. This is a very comfortable thing. It's not too comfortable at the moment. It's been sitting here in 40 odd degree heat, 100 degrees. We're over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's now 3 o'clock or something in the afternoon, and we just put the aircon on, but we haven't had it going. It's been all closed up. And the good news is today the man come about our electricals on the stoplights, and we now have stoplights again. Me being such a penny pincher, I bought the cheap LED backlights for the rack, and they're sort of working, but I'm going to get this guy to invest in some decent quality LED lights for the back bar, and I'm replacing the tail lights on this because they're all faded and they've all seen their days. But so we're all go again. We can go out again now, and we've got brake lights. I don't have to turn the parkers on and off. So yeah, we're ready to go. Also, if you have a look at the steering, it's one thing I forgot. This is a must. Now, I used to be one of my many jobs. I used to be a stevedore forklift driver on the water, on the wharves, unloading ships and that. Now, if Debbie goes up to the steering wheel and shows you my little aids for that, you might have saw it before, but if you just go up and show them that.
Yep.
Now, those things, because the steering on these sit more in a vertical arrangement than the horizontal one, which you're going to get with most vans or buses, you'll get that. To reach around the top, you've got to pull it, and it hurts. But with that, all you do is you swing it around. It pivots around in your hands. I think they're only, I think I paid $12 or something for that one, didn't I?
I think so.
Yeah, so not a dead cheap advantage. And they are, I mean, that goes for any vehicle where you don't want to have to stretch up if you've got something wrong. It's just things you do to make it easier. I shouldn't have, the only recommendation I would make, now this one's okay because I've got a big vacuum clutch, but if you're going to go for a camper van and you do have a disability, go for an automatic, but be careful what you get. If you're going to get a big bus, make sure that it's a reliable one, maybe one that one of your bus services is used, like a Mercedes, or, I mean, you can even go back to the old pre-select Leylands. They didn't have a clutch in them if you really wanted to. They're a great old thing. The Cubs and Leopards and all those sort of old buses are all pre-selected. Have a clutch. You just have a little tiny gear stick with pre-selection in it. I believe you can use those as an automatic too, but this one's got a very, very light clutch in it, and it's no problem. I only used it to take off with, and after I just changed gears without it. So, look, honestly, if you are holding back because of a disability, or you think you may be a bit too old, or if you're not confident driving, this thing's 22 foot from stern to stem, and Debbie drives it. Debbie's 5'1". And she drives it. It's got power steering and everything, and it doesn't take that much to get used. So all you really got to remember is you go a bit wider on the corners when you're turning left, and that's about it. But I hope I've been some help to some people. I know probably won't interest a lot of you. We are going to put another one up probably tomorrow. I was going to go out today. Sorry, Pippa, I didn't get out today. The light man came and I'm in a bit of pain today, so we'll definitely get you one out tomorrow. We're going to show you around and some schools and what our young ones get up to around the town, you know, a couple of parks and stuff like that. And we'll show you all that sort of thing. Maybe a few of the wildlife, birds and whatever else that we come across. If you go across, if you're watching Pippa and you go across to Wandering Pebbles, it's just Wandering Pebbles.
All one word.
All one word. She's got a whole heap of videos on there of actual dolphins, because where we go you can see the dolphins there like from no more than 3 or 4 metres, 5 metres in front of you in the water. And I'm sure the kids would probably be pretty interested in that. There was those, there's a few pelicans. So just wander across and have a look at Debbie's channel. That's my better half. And you can have a little bit of wildlife if you want to see what it's like over here. But yeah, we'll definitely get out tomorrow. it's just a bit warm. So the big old girl's not air conditioned in the front. It's only air conditioned here. So in this real bad heat, it gets pretty warm in the front. So, well, that's my excuse, and I'm going to stick to it. But yeah, it's only 40 odd degrees here, so she's definitely warm today. All right, folks. Well, I hope I haven't bored you too much. And as I said, if you've got a disability and you're hesitating because of that, look, do yourself a favour, go out and hire a camper van. You know, you can hire the cheap camper vans. If you're going to get a 22-footer like this, and you go out and you'd hire a coaster type van, because I don't make coasters anymore. Take it out for a weekend, see what you think. Drive it a bit, get yourselves in the position and sleep in it. But remember, that's not set up for you. That's just going to give you the general idea what they like to drive, what they like to stay in. And don't go to caravan parks because, you know, boondock somewhere. Even if you're going to park on the street and pull the curtains across, the worst that can happen is you're going to knock on a door and they tell you to move on. But here in mainly here in WA, you've got to be pretty unlucky. You know, you find a decent street somewhere, pull up in the street and away you go, but definitely get out and give it a try. Okay, folks, well, stay safe, everybody, and we'll definitely be back tomorrow. I'll put another one on tomorrow. And if you feel like it, subscribe, like, share, and comment. You know, I don't sort of a little bit lost to where to go with this channel now, so I really need some comments. That would be really good. So yeah, stay safe and everything. And Kev, hobby art, I hope your knee gets better soon, mate. I wasn't having a go at you. I know what that pain's like, but you've got to stop swearing that four-letter word, that work word. You've got to stop saying it. I got one that's delicate to use, you know. Okay then, people. All have a lovely day, and we'll catch up with you later. Bye.